Hello there, I'm Malika and I love to talk about movies. And this time of year is the perfect opportunity to watch a movie that goes between Halloween and Christmas. And this movie in particular does an excellent job at that. Now, there's a lot of other Krampus movies out there, and they're rated R or even NC-17, and they're all very much horror movies with a Christmas theme. But this one is a fantastic mix of both of those things. And you know me, I love Christmas movies to have a lot of heart, and I love horror movies to be a lot of horror. So I feel like this one really blends well, and it's the perfect movie to watch when you're in between Christmas and Halloween. This one was released in 2015, and it's actually PG-13, so it's more family friendly. It doesn't have gore, it doesn't have nudity or sexual content. It's more along the lines of a family creepy movie. So after doing a little research on who Krampus is, I found out that he is a pagan figure, and he's the opposite of Saint Nick. So Saint Nick is bringing kids presents and gifts for being good, rewarding good behavior on Christmas, but Krampus is punishing them for bad behavior. What he'll do is he'll come in, take them, put them in a sack, and take them down to his lair and eat them all up, which I'm sure is fun for the Vorp fans to hear about that. And the word Krampus comes from a German word, so I assume that the grandma in this story is German, although I don't know the language, so I could be wrong. I think she's a German grandma. Now the movie starts out with the Black Friday rush. And oh my gosh, do you guys remember how horrible the Black Friday rushes used to be? I've been to a Black Friday before, but the way people behaved, just rushing in the doors to get a $20 savings on a TV or a slow cooker, it was just insane. Pushing each other, fighting over these things. Madness. I'm glad it's not like that anymore. But even in 2015, it really wasn't that way anymore. But it's kind of shows how the spirit of Christmas is lost when you're doing the Black Friday shopping. Christmas is supposed to all be about family and love and giving. And Black Friday kind of takes away from that. But the story of this movie takes place inside one family's home. And grandma, I believe she's living there or visiting for a while. And this family is very uppity. They like fancy things. They are very liberal, it comes across. And their family members are not. Their family members are the complete opposite. And when they show up is when the funny stuff starts to happen. Now, what we see originally with the original family is that they're not very cohesive. A lot of them are not getting along. They have the teenage daughter, and everybody has a problem with the teenage daughter, right? And grandma has made all these cookies, and her son walks in and he's like, oh no, my wife has bought cookies, which again takes away the spirit of Christmas. You're supposed to be making cookies and sharing your love with food. So it's just kind of a hint that things are going to go wrong. Now, when the other side of the family shows up, that's the funny parts, because one, they bring with them the annoying, abrasive aunt who speaks her mind, and she's funny on her own. But the family that comes is a mom, dad, and a ton of kids. They just have a bunch of kids, but they roll up in this giant truck. I believe it's actually a Hummer, and the whole house just shakes. They're just kind of poking fun of that more Southern style family, and they have guns and they believe in the traditional values. So those two clash quite well in this movie. Now, the little boy from the original family is very close with grandma, and he has actually written a letter to Santa, and the cousins that come over make fun of him for it. They read the letter out in front of the whole family, and all his Santa letter said was that he wanted everyone to get along and do well. So it embarrassed him quite a bit that he had said that. And he goes, rips up his Santa letter and throws it out the window, and he says, I just want my family to go away. And that's what brings out Krampus. Now, grandma, she knows what's up. She can tell that something's not right. So she starts getting the fire ready, and she doesn't leave the fire. She knows that you have to keep the fire going to keep things from coming down the chimney. Now, at one point, the teenage daughter wants to go check on her boyfriend. Now, it's a blizzard, a full-on blizzard going on outside. And one of the things that's happened is these weird snowmen have showed up outside. Nobody made them, but there's a bunch of weird snowmen that show up and a sack full of gifts. So if it were me, I wouldn't be letting my daughter go anywhere, but I guess that part of the storyline would not happen if she didn't leave. So after she's supposed to have been back, the two dads go and look for her, And that's when they start noticing the weird things, like the little toys that walk around and they're creepy and they're kind of dragging them under the snow. And there's all these kind of funny little creatures that are little toys, like a Jack in the Box, or actually, the Jack in the Box was enormous, but there's other gingerbread cookie guys that are quite funny because they're little gingerbread men and they're made out of gingerbread. And they're running around and being just terrors with a nail gun at one point. They're funny. So it's a very cute, funny horror movie, and I love it. So after the dads get back, they've dealt with all these crazy things that happened. They couldn't find the daughter. They board up the house because something is clearly wrong. Something is happening, and none of their neighbors are there. They all left for vacation somewhere warm. So they board up the house and they keep that fire going, and they all sleep in the living room. Well, while they're sleeping, the fire goes out. And what happens? But a little hook comes down the chimney, and one of the gingerbread men is on it. And one of the cousins goes and takes a bite out of the gingerbread cookie, and it comes alive going, It's really funny and just cute. And that's when all heck is starting to break loose inside the house because the kid gets pulled up the chimney and the whole family's trying to get him from going all the way up the chimney. They don't make it. The little kid gets pulled up the chimney. And at some point, all the presents that were put up in the attic start to open up, and this big Jack in the Box thing comes out and swallows two of the kids, I think. And there's a flying angel that looks like a vampire. There's all these crazy funny toys, and of course the gingerbread man, and it's just pandemonium inside the house. Now it turns out that Grandma actually had experience with Krampus. When she was a little girl, she met Krampus because she had done the same thing her grandson did by wishing her whole family would just go away, and so Krampus took them all away. So she knows what's up, and she decides to stay and face Krampus. Now, Krampus is a reminder that when hope is lost, the spirit of Christmas dies. So you have to have hope that things will go better, and that's kind of the letter of Santa, right? You're hoping that you'll get this wish that everyone will do well, that you'll get the things that you want, but also you're wishing well on other people. It's that hope. So when that goes away, the spirit of Christmas is dead. Now everybody has gotten picked off one by one until the little boy is left, and he thinks if he can be sweet, he can get Krampus to not take his whole family. He's saying things like, oh, just take me and put my family back. But Krampus just laughs in his face. By the way, Krampus is crazy looking. He kind of looks like Santa, but a creepy, has been passed for a long time type of Santa. Like, got left out in the sun a little too long Santa with big horns. Oh, and goat hooves, I think. I'm not really sure. There's some kind of hooves. He's a creepy Santa for sure. Now, at some point, the little kid is able to figure it out, and he takes back his wish that his family is gone, and they wake up on Christmas morning, and all is right with the world again. The super liberal family is getting along just great with the super conservative family, and it's all fine and dandy. And that's what I love about this particular movie, is that it's the spirit of Christmas with the love and the hope, while also being creepy and a little bit Halloween-y. So it's that perfect transition movie, in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this Movie Chat Monday. I hope you enjoy the transition period between Halloween and Christmas, and look forward to seeing you next Monday. Bye.